In the Facebook group there was a post of someone getting stuck with this kind of elbow tracers, and well, here's a quick response that hopefully helps with some troubleshooting. General advice: if you do these kind of elbow tracers around both arms, always guide the fibers with the other hand. So it's really hard just to trace around only using the hand that holds the handle and not helping with the other hand. So always guide the fibers with the other hand. Then to create consistent patterns you have different options in different directions. So I'm starting here with the handle in my left hand here on the sofa side, so the right-handed people can just mirror me. If you're tracing around the opposite arm, you can go over the arm and you can go under the arm. And if you do it continuously and tracing continuously, you'll probably not just move the handle hand, just going all the way around, over and under, but the other arm will move as well. So when I go under the opposite elbow, I can as well just tuck the elbow in. And when you're flowing, it will be a mixed movement of those arms moving here. Same thing for the outwards version when you trace over the arm. On the other side, on the home side of the handle hand, you have to flip the fibers somehow around, which I find is a bit more difficult. But again, you have two directions. You can flip it over the arm in a forwards motion, and you can flip it in a backwards motion. And then you have over and under on this side, over and under on this side, and you can combine all those to different patterns. I think the easiest way is the one I just demonstrated, going under here, so the flipping over in the forwards motion, and then tracing under the opposite arm. And so I start here with this forwards flipping motion, and I go down in front of the fiber bundle that is held by the other hand. So I'm moving down here, going under the opposite arm, this elbow tucking in. And at this point I let go of the fiber ends here, of the whip tail, and re-grab the fibers here close to the handle, so that I can guide for the next round. Then again I go down, flipping over here, going under, letting go of the fiber end here, re-grabbing the fibers. It's actually the same how you can get into triangles, although this is when you go under here and under there is a twisted triangle. Just demonstrating for the other side. So you take the handle in your left hand, I'm with my right hand now, starting flipping the whip over from underneath in forwards motion, going down in front of the whip tail here, so it's this motion here, going under the opposite elbow, the elbow is tucking in, letting go of the fibers here, re-grabbing here to guide the fibers, and back here. So I think that is the easiest way to get in a figure-8 kind of tracing pattern. You can, of course, do the other direction. You can start tracing over the opposite elbow. And then this is now a bit harder, you have to do this backwards flipping. You can let go of the fibers here, re-grab the fiber bundle to anchor the fibers here for flipping over. Then you go up here in front of this fiber bundle again, over the opposite arm, re-grabbing the fibers here, flipping over, in a backwards motion, coming up in front of these fibers, going over the opposite elbow, and so forth. Showing with the other hand. So this one I start tracing over the opposite elbow, letting go of the fibers here, re-grabbing the fiber bundle close to the handle, then flipping over in a backwards motion, coming up in front of the whip tail, going over the opposite elbow, letting go of the whip tail, here the fiber ends, re-grabbing this fiber bundle, flipping in a backwards motion, coming up and so forth. Another way to trace around the elbows is not just this figure 8 pattern, this figure 8 shape, but some kind of same direction movement, which I call conveyor belts for the time being. There I start again with my handle in my left hand so that right-handed guys can mirror me. I start over the opposite elbow, then I let go of the fiber and here, re-grab the fibers near the handle, and then I tuck this elbow in. It's again a mixed movement of this elbow tucking in and the other hand moving and going around the opposite elbow. So it's like this. You can't focus just on the elbow, you can't focus just on the hand, but most times it's a mixed movement. So I guess here the elbow goes really down between the other arm and my body, just in this negative space here. And then the handle comes up in front of this fiber bundle. And again, over the opposite elbow, the hand lets go, re-grabs the fibers here around. And that makes the shape like this. For the other hand, so starting here, tracing over the opposite elbow, then letting go of the whip tail here, re-wrap the fibers near the handle, and now this elbow tucks in, so it's the elbow tucking in, the hand, the fiber hand now going around in a joint movement. You can just use the elbow, you can just take the fiber hand, so it's like this, the elbow coming down here in this negative space between the whip and the other arm and my body, down here. Then the handle comes up in front of the whip tail, goes over the opposite elbow again. Tucking in, coming up in front, like so. Of course, you can reverse this pattern in the going under here, but I'll let you figure it out yourself. I got a tech demo of these conveyor belt options out there, so watch that if you want to continue with these. I hope it helps, and but if you have any questions, let me know.